top of the afternoon to you. It's NBA Straya. How are you going? Tiddly-tee-tee-tee. How are you going, Larry? All right? NBA Straya's best and worst of the day for Tuesday, March 17, otherwise known as St. Paddy's Day. Love that. I'm your host, James Clements, here in the Larry Armour Studios. And if you've never listened to the show before, spoiler alert, I don't mind a beer. So that's fun. Love a good St. Paddy's Day. So I'm going to take the squids over to the pub in a second once we're done here. Then we're going to tape an AFL show later on. That'll be fun. A few jars in, off we go. Anyway, let's get into it. Awesome day today because let's start at the top with the Daily Whip Around. The Sonics might be back, baby! NBA expansion. Boom! Let's go. So Shams reported today there will be a vote. There will be a vote at the next Board of Governors meeting to explore adding my beloved Seattle, presumably the SuperSonics. We're not going to change the nickname. What are we doing here? And Las Vegas. They're going to add Seattle and Las Vegas franchises beginning with the 2028-2029 season. So this will go to a vote, which will basically allow the league to explore the purchase processes for Vegas and Seattle. And then there'll be a potential final vote later in the year to finalize it, basically making it 32 teams. So I'm going to talk about this more extensively on tomorrow's NBA Straya, where we've got much more time and we sort of just carve out a bit of time to chat out stuff. But this means, like, basically if the NBA owners, having finally have done the math, gone, right, if we add these two franchises, as Shams said, it could be $7 to $10 billion for each team. Let's just say 7.5 each, right? Boom, that's $15 billion that the 30 owners just get. They just cut a check to themselves for $500 mil each, offsetting instead of getting 1/30th of the revenue share pie that they get from their rights deal, it'll become a 32ndth of a pie. But if you get a $500 million check, that basically completely negates that for like 10 years, 15 years, right? So it's about time that somebody explained that to them and went, shut up, idiots. Just here's a bunch of free money and we'll give Jim his team back. And your mate Jim's sitting going, go on, do it. Well, you can give me some consultancy fees. I'll be all right. But either way, so I'm very excited about this. Obviously, long-time Seattle SuperSonics fan since I was a little kid. Having not had a team basically for the last 20 years has sucked dramatically. I am an equal opportunity hater because of it, because I don't have a team. I don't have a dog in the NBA fight. I obviously have my team, my teams that I favor more so than other ones.
The Lakers stink!
But still, like, I'm just excited. I've been giddy all day, right? Giddy up with this idea of the Sonics being back. But the thing is, I'm also a bit wary because James Dolan and the cadre of like owners that are out there that are just kind of dumb and want to protect everything that they have. It's mine. Might still just do something stupid despite themselves. So I want everything signed off, but it does feel very positive this time, more so than a couple of other times. So very happy times. I will talk about this extensively tomorrow on the bigger NBA Straya. We'll talk about the expansion draft, nicknames for a potential Vegas team, who you'd want basically running it, this sort of stuff. There's lots of things going on. It's very, very fun. Other news from today, Trae Young came back. That's cool, isn't it? And he also went out again because he had a quad contusion. So he left the game and that was it. And we also had, in terms of the other news, there wasn't a giant amount today. I think Luka and Bam were named Players of the Week for last week, which tracks. And there was another one about I think Steve Kerr got to the 600th win of his career as a coach, which is cool. It's the fourth fastest all time. And there's like an ownership sort of spat with the Suns as well. Basically, it appears that Ishbia is just going to buy them out anyway. So there you go. But really, come on, man. NBA expansion. We haven't had an expansion team since the 04 Bobcats, which is just, once we got over that sort of hump after basically 08, 09, where if you remember, like the Sixers were sold for dirt cheap, for like 280 mil or something. And then basically since then, they've just skyrocketed again because it's just a license to print money, right? In this environment, live sports, it's like the only bankable commodity out there really in terms of the TV. Like basically award shows, live sports in just like the broadcast business, it's just roll gold, right? So anyway, so I've just been very excited all day. Just think about Sean Kemp and Gary Payton and Detlef Schrempf and, Nate McMillan. Just very exciting times. Gary Payton, the glove. Oh, I miss him. I should do like a little video just showing you this room in here as well for NBA Straya. The Rain Man poster on the wall. I've got the Sports Illustrated Gary Payton, It's My Turn signed cover over there. Got the Nate McMillan signed poster as well. A couple of other things floating around. Got the Sean Kemp one up behind me. Anyway, so good times. Hey, let's do some game wraps from today. Game wraps. Really fun games today, as I mentioned on yesterday's show. Orlando, Atlanta. Great game, feasibly. And then the Magic decided to not show up. 124-112. This is a Hawks team that was on a 9-game winning streak up against a Magic team on a 7-game winning streak. The Hawks win it because Nicky Alexander-Walker, goes, check this out, bang, 41. That's 10 straight wins now for Atlanta. They were 27-31. They're now 37-31, and they've moved from the 9th seed to the 8th seed. Sure. Anyway, Double J, Jalen Johnson, he was awesome in this one. It was a big triple-double. Golden State smashed Washington, 125-117. Well, yeah, smashed them, like, relatively, right? The Extreme Zinger Meal came back. That was kind of neat, I guess. He had 30. Oh, that's the wrong button. Press the button, Jim. Where is it? It's over here.
Extreme Zinger Meal.
It was supercharged today.
Supercharged Zinger Burger.
30 points, 3 blocks, not bad, good size. But I did sort of pick Washington cover, so they did. Just sort of, hung around because the Warriors don't have too many other good people. Portland smoked Brooklyn 114-95 because, of course, they did. Yeah, Brooklyn are horrible. Suns Celtics was an absolute belter, 112-120. Boston had to come from behind in the late stages of this, ran over the top of them late. Devin Booker couldn't get a call, couldn't hit a shot. Jaylen Brown, however, could do both. That was good. He ended up with 41-7-6. Book had 40. Awesome game. Great uniform matchup. Always love a good Suns Celtics game. That's just two of the great uniform matchups there. Then we had Grizzlies 107, Bulls 132. Yeah, Josh Giddey with another triple-double. We'll talk about that in a second. Buzelis was awesome too. The Mavs got steamrolled by the Pelicans with Zion. The big rig, he had 27. Najee Marshall had 32, 8 and 7. But yeah, 129-111. New Orleans killed him. Then we had an absolute belter of a Lakers-Rockets game where the Rockets scored 4 points down the stretch. And geez, I don't know. Are those clutch time problems that Houston had still a bit of a problem, Jim? Yeah, they are, man. Luka had 36 and 6. He was awesome. No Alpi Şengün for the Rockets. KD basically couldn't get a shot off for like a full quarter of worth of an NBA game. It was very strange. Great win for the Lakers. It was a 17-12 fourth quarter. It was an absolute rock fight down the stretch, but the Lakers executed. They did awesome. And I'm just saying, yeah, we might have to start taking the Lakers a little bit serious. Like, that was in Houston. They just put the clamps on. Houston, look, they're a basket case, I reckon, on offense sometimes anyway, but this was a great win for the Lakers. Good job by Luka, LeBron James, and Austin Reeves. And then finally, the Spurs went into the Clippers and beat them 119-115. They didn't cover, but, I mean, it was mostly because the Clippers sort of, like, Garland was awesome. Benny Mathurin chucked in some late points as well. Jordan Miller was really good randomly. Wemby basically put the pull cue in the rack and just went, all right, that is okay for me. I am done here. I have 21, 13, and 4 blocks. And you're like, yeah, I guess so. So there you go. Who was the NBA Straya Approved Performer of the night?
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
Oh, Nicky Alexander-Walker, career high 41 on 21 shots. He was awesome in that game. Just kept burying Orlando anytime they sort of looked at him. He went 9 of 14 from downtown, 12 of 21 overall, 41, 7 and 5 with 2 steals. Bloody hell. Jaylen Brown right there with him as well, 41, 7 and 6. He shot 10 of 20, 2 of 5 from the floor, 2 of 5 from 3 rather, and 19 of 21 from the free throw line. Now, there's a man who has voiced his concerns about the state of officiating and got 21 free throws today. Not bad. Book with the 40 as well with 6 assists. Jalen Johnson, what an awesome triple-double he had. 24 points, 15 rebounds, 13 assists. Not bad. Good size. I mentioned the Wemby 21, 13, and 4 blocks as well. 36 for Luka with 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Najee's 32, 8, and 7. Awesome day in the NBA. It was just It was very fun, wasn't it, Jim? Yes. Yes, it was. All right. But who was Spud of the night?
Spud, 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 it is Spud of the night.
Spud of the night. We had a few Spuds. Real Richard over there on the Golden State Warriors. 0 of 6, brutal. But it's like, we don't dump on the younger fellas. It's the same thing. I think 1 of 8 for Nolan Traore and Drake Powell, both the Nets rookies. I think he went 1 of 6. Yeah, not great. Ryan Nembhard, again, another young fella, 1 of 8. Not great. Colin Gillespie, the Great White Hope. Yeah, 1 of 8. It was not great either today. 2 of 11 for Tari Eason. He had a horrible brain fart moment as well, where he was like, trying to contest a rebound and just like it was hanging on the rim and he sort of knocked it off. And I'm like, what are you doing? You just gave them 2 points. It could have just fallen off, you dummy. That was a bit of a Spud of the night, old mate, no mates moment too for him. But anyway, you got 3 of 14 for CJ McCollum as well. But but the worst one today for me was Paolo Banchero, 3 of 13. Oh, geez, Jim, how many threes did he miss? 1. He went only 1 of 2 from downtown, so it's not like this crazy, weirdly inefficient, like long-range shooting night. 3 of 13, where he's gone 2 of 11 on 2s. That is horrible. God, I'm so happy that. So if you listen to the Jim Does Supercoach show we did for NBA Supercoach last night, I was basically like, right, if Kawhi's out, in comes Jalen Johnson, and away we go. If Kawhi's maybe looking to play, we'll bring in Paolo. Bullet dodge there. Jalen Johnson, triple-double. Paolo stinking it up. Anyway, but I would very much like to thank Brandon Podemski. He went and shot the magic number. Pods shot. Oh, yeah. Chill. That's right. He shot 311. It was pretty funny as well, watching the Celtics play the day before St. Paddy's Day. Up against the Suns, and you're like, I reckon they're all just itching for a beer. Like even Colin Gillespie, it's like you and Grayson Allen, like the 2 super duper white guys on the Suns, are probably like, yeah. So where are we getting beers after this? Yeah, fell a bit short. Meanwhile, Sam Hauser and Peyton Pritchard and Baylor Scheinman are like, we know a couple of spots. Old mate, no mates.
Old mate, no mates. Old mate, no mates.
Old mate, no mates.
Old mate, no mates.
Old mate, no mates.
Old mate, no mates.
Who's got no mates today? I enjoyed this. Scotty Barnes. So he's doing the high fives with the kids, as they come in. It's like family day, fun day, all this sort of stuff. And one of them jumped up and slapped him in the back of the head. And he's like, what the hell, kid? Now, it's also Scotty Barnes. I don't think, look, I'm trying to be respectful. Don't touch his head. I'll leave it at that. All right. Pantsing of the night. Oh boy, do we have some pantsings. DeAnthony Melton absolutely yammed one on Sharif Cooper to the point where Steph Curry's like, damn, I didn't know DeAnthony Melton could do that. And everybody else is like, including Sharif Cooper, were like, I didn't either. But LeBron James getting Jabari Smith Jr. today was just very nice. Out in transition, comes in from the left, the cut. Jabari, I get that you should try and contest it, but haven't we learned it over the last 20 years that LeBron's probably going to dunk all over you? So, yeah, that was a bit, how you going? And finally, better than Lonzo Ball, Bronny James, and Ben Simmons today.
Lonzo was the best player in high school. He was the best player in college. You think he'll get to the pros and be like, I made it to the pros, now I can be average. He's coming for everybody.
Coming for everybody. Speaking of pantsings, I love Stefan Castle. He basically did a twirly-whirly run around Brook Lopez, and Brook Lopez is like, where'd the little fella go? And like, absolute pantser. But Castle also had 23, 7, and 8, crushed it. I was saying Boozellis. He was really good against Memphis as well. 29 and 7 to go with Gids' triple-double. Awesome double up there from those two. And Will Riley for Washington. That's right. He's just out there going, I'm trying hard, Jim. He had 21, 4, and 5 on 6 of 13 shooting. And so did Bilal Koulibaly, 21-8-4. So good job, Wizards, young fellas. That's just nice, isn't it? Yes, Jim. Yes, it is. All right, quick Australian player watch for today. All right, how'd the Aussies go, Jim? Well, Josh Giddey, giddy up. Another triple-double. He's crushing. He's got 5 in his last 7 games. 16 points, 15 rebounds, 13 assists, and 3 steals against the Grizz was our man Gids. 6 of 12 shooting, 2 of 5 from 3. Thumbs up from me. Josh Giddey, you beaut. And Lockie Ulbrich in that same game played 2 minutes and he had 1 turnover. And that was it. Dyson Daniels, the vacuum against Orlando. He had 15 points, shot 6 of 9. Nice from the floor. 0 of 1 from 3. 12 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal and 1 block. Very nice, very nice. 11 minutes for Jock Landale as well. Rock'em, sock'em, block'em, jock'em, Landale, the Rooster. 11 minutes, 8 points, 3 of 4 shooting, 1 of 1 from deep, 1 of 2 at the free throw line, 1 rebound and 2 assists. Pretty good. Not bad for the Aussies. And we also got Aussie Matty T out there for 15 minutes against Brooklyn. 5 points, 2 of 6 shooting, 1 of 5 from 3. 1 rebound, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Absolutely causing all sorts of havoc. You'll love to see it. All right, and then finally, let's do the game previews for tomorrow. Game previews. Thanks, Inadvertent Bane. Not a problem, Jimmy. Excited to go to the pub for beers? Well, yes. It's St. Patrick's Day. Gotta go have one. Right. Wednesday, March 18, we have a bunch of pretty handy games. Miami at Charlotte, which is an absolute ripper now down there in the Southeast Division, not Southwest, Southeast. Charlotte hosting the Heat. The Heat's defense has been really, really good. We understand that. I don't mind Miami in this one. Plus 3.5. Charlotte have been, a little bit topsy-turvy the last week or two. At home, they're usually a little bit better. But the Heat's defense has been awesome of late. The only worry I have is that Bam's obviously been a bit cooked since his 83-point explosion. But I'll take the plus 3.5 because even if they sort of cook this at the end, I reckon they keep it close. So I'll take Miami plus 3.5. OKC head to Orlando with the Magic on a back-to-back, having lost today to Atlanta. I'm going to take the Thunder minus 9.5. I just think they steamroll this Magic team who just try and get a grip on them. It's brutal. Detroit, Washington, the Wizards after playing Golden State today. The Pistons are 18.5-point favorites, and I think I'm going to take that. They could kill them by 40. So we're going to take the Pistons there. Pacers in New York for another Spike Lee, Reggie Miller Bowl. You got the Knicks 16.5-point favorites, and again, I'm going to take that as well because, again, this is a team that could absolutely use a good steamrolling. The Knicks, they did it to Indy the other day. I think they can do it again. That last game that they played against the Pacers, they beat them 101-92, but that was in Indy. I think at home they should kind of crush them. So I don't mind the Knicks in that one. It's a big number, but the Pacers, Cleveland, Milwaukee. We don't know if Giannis is good to go in this one. He sort of hurt his knee a little bit. We're going to go the Cavs minus 9.5 in Milwaukee. I'm a little bit more nervous on this one. If Giannis does play, I'd rather obviously take Milwaukee plus 9.5. The Cavs, though, I think between Harden and Mitchell and everybody, they should be a bit of all right. So I'll take the Cavs minus 9.5. They especially need a big bounce back after losing to Dallas the other day. Phoenix go from playing Boston to playing in Minnesota tomorrow. That sucks. I'm going to take the Wolves, who have just been so stinky the last week or two, getting a very tired Phoenix team. I'm going to take the Wolves minus 4.5. Sixers in Denver. Joel Embiid, is he going to come back? Probably not, because it's playing against Jokic, and we all know he's going to duck him. So we're going to go the Denver Nuggets minus 15.5 there. That Sixers team, it is just the Delaware Bluecoats. Like, what are we doing? It's not the Sixers. And then the Spurs Sacramento. The Spurs today, having just played in LA, I don't mind the Kings plus 13.5, because again, we've seen the Spurs we've seen the Kings turn around and just cause a little bit of havoc. They beat the Clippers the other day, the Kings, which is very funny. They beat the Jazz yesterday by 5. I think the Kings might actually win this, which would be pretty funny because they should be tanking, but they're real idiots. So there you go. All right, that's it for today. You can find all of our picks across over at Dabble, of course. But there you go. I think, the link's in the show description in the social bio, so go do that. Righto, otherwise, that's it for the best and worst of the NBA today. We'll be back tomorrow with a big NBA Straya for you, talking out all the NBA expansion stuff, all the permutations, all the fun stuff that I'm super excited about. So, yeah, it's going to be really fun. Tune in to NBA Straya every day for everything NBA, of course. Subscribe or I'll fight you. Get around us on all the socials. Get around to our footy show as well, Footy Unfilterated, And Jim does Supercoach as well as NFL Straya. Awesome gear. All right, you can also support the show by buying us a coffee. buymeacoffee.com/NBA Straya. You beaut. All right, this is NBA Straya saying, look after yourselves, would ya? And the Sonics might be back, baby!